Hi guys, my name is Dante, and it's time for some more Overpain. Today's patient is Tanya Alva, all three, and her super brutal portrait, which we're gonna have a lot of fun with. Hey Dante, hi. I posted before for Overpain, but I took it down because I wanted to submit something I was proud of. This is Eren from the anime Attack on Titan. Oh, I actually never watched it. I know a lot of people did, but I don't know, I never found myself watching it, I don't know. And I had a lot of fun making this for my brother. Oh, your brother is into Attack on Titan, which is no surprise. If you could overpaint it, that would be amazing. I really love your work, and I also look forward to your videos. Well, thank you, Tanya. Let's go ahead and start working on this, what I assume is a Titan. Let's look it up for a second. Exactly the Eren character. Is he a Titan or what? Oh, so this is just a kid, but apparently he has a form. Yeah, this kind of thing. So he turns into a Titan or what? Is he a giant when he is that? I don't know a lot of things. I hope I don't need to know a lot of things to be able to overpaint this. Yeah, this is him. He seems to be a giant as well. I should at least give it a try with this anime, by the way. So many people watch it, everyone is like crazy about it. Whoa. I'll keep this picture around just in case I need some reference. Okay, so the composition I think I like a lot, so no changes there. So yeah, I guess I am checking the reference a lot. I can see that the nose is quite of the downwards kind, not my kind, which is what in here. This is almost my nose. So we'll probably fix it to this. I don't know why, just why not, since this is the character after all. And I don't know if I want to fix a lot of other things. I can see there's some play around with the skin in here, like it's a bit different. And I kind of like this kind of way it's presented in the artwork than this dry way in here, like there's nothing going on, just pure teeth. And in here it almost looks like it's a skin being stretched, so maybe we'll keep it just like that. So, the main thing I want to change is, of course, we'll apply a good old Boro rendering to it as much as we can. Another thing is I want to add another light source to add like a rim light. He has a lot of hair, so I assume let's actually show where that hair is going on. We'll use the red background just because he's all on rampage, I suppose. Always. So something like that. Oh yeah, he looks so much more angry and Japanese with the red background. I'll probably lower this shoulder to make the thing symmetrical. Just like this, no hand upwards, which it used to be, I guess. Because if the action doesn't really get into the camera, there's no need to make such a pose that doesn't really give us any benefit in the portrait. Man, the picture is really dark. All I see is my reflection on the screen. I should make the brightness of my Cintiq higher. There we go, much better. Now I see both faces. So yeah, let's start. I guess I will be painting over this hair just to make the face right, and then we'll add the hair on top. Or maybe not, I don't know, at least in the beginning I may do that. Although with my technique it's usually not necessary at all. Man, he looks so dangerous or something, like he's the worst thing. Okay, let's start looking up some of the lights and shadows and whatever. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using my random messy spots to change the lighting a bit and also change a lot of nose and cheeks anatomy. Like the nose is obviously very different, but one thing that I really wanted to change is I want to remove this feature right here when it goes like this, upwards to the nose. It kind of looks not pretty, even though this is a monster and all that, but yeah, you can see there is no such feature in here because the Japanese artists, they know what's up. If you remove this feature and follow more of these lines on the character, no matter how monstrous the character is, it's gonna look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm removing this area right here, making it smoother, more of fashion model-like. But we're gonna keep this feature right here. I can see it's also done in the submitted artwork, where this is the skull-like creepy element that is really his awesome feature. So let's go ahead and repeat that. Also, I think the nose should be a bit longer. Maybe we'll lower it together with the mouth and make the chin a bit smaller. Let's just go ahead and do that. So yeah, right now the whole thing looks like a burn victim, so let's continue detailing. So into this right now, really turning out cool. I love his features, especially the way his bottom eyelids go. Usually people have this wrinkle or whatever it is like this. This guy has them like this, which is really cool. It makes the whole eye kind of like an evil line. So I guess I'll actually emphasize it more. I see I messed it up in here a bit. So it should go from upper corner downwards like this. And in here we can make it a bit stronger too. Basically this line and this line are parallel. So let's do exactly that. Really cool, and I love how in this anime kind of style, the eyebrow turns into this nose line that is really strong on him. Looks really cool. So yeah, I haven't worked on the mouth all that much yet. One thing that I really want to emphasize is the way that he has this smile of death or something, like he's really a creepy one. It's kind of even more obvious in the original here, so I'll make the teeth go a bit higher here so it would be like a smile. So yeah, aside from that, I played a little bit with the values around here. Obviously made the nose the brightest part since it's always sticking out, looking upwards a lot more, the surface, than anything else on the face. So the nose should be really bright. This is not as bright, but the most upper part in here can catch a bit more light. And I love, like, in here there are some messy strokes of just anime-ish line work, and I kind of like adapted it as some wrinkles. Looks really cool. Also applied a bit of a bright highlight in here, which looks really kind of realistic, because it's like, let me zoom in. It's sharp on this side and kind of like fading away in here. This way we kind of sending a message that this is a round surface, and then it goes like this again. So at this point it's catching the most amount of light from the light source that is somewhere up high. So basically I just made a stroke and then blended it away in one side, and we quickly get this feature giving an impression of actual skin wrinkle. Also, I added the green light. His eyes are really glowing, by the way, like legit glowing. So I even added a little bit of reflex of the light on the eyelid. It's like green a little bit. Only on the dark side, because on the bright side the main light is much more dominant than this green light, so it won't really show up. But in the darker area, a little bit of green light is catching up on the eyelid, looking really cool. So yeah, let's work on the teeth and on the body as well a little bit. I want to keep it really dynamic, as it was in the original as well. Maybe following a bit more the muscles as they go. I looked up some more references. He basically has a human anatomy, Sometimes it shows up a bit stronger as actual separate muscles, but they basically follow the human anatomy. Oh, like this. In here, his muscles are really strong. This is some kind of fan art as well, but I assume this is something that really shows up sometimes on this character. They're all really bony and kind of skinny, muscly, I don't know. So I want to also a bit emphasize the features on the face to make them a bit more sharp, not as smooth and soft as I did them so far. They're alright, but it would look a bit better if they would be a bit more cruel looking. We'll do that. But for now, let's do the teeth, the chin, and a little bit more detail on the body. Done! Okay, here we go. This turned out really awesome. So I did some deciphering while looking into the reference and the original submission. This is definitely not pieces of skin like pieces of cheek. And in here, this is definitely not the bottom lip. This is actually spit. Same as in here, this is obviously spit with the reflections on the sides, which now makes a lot of sense, and in many other references there was spit, obviously without lips. The guy loses a lot of spit all over the place, so I made it look like this, and it may turn out a bit too real. But I definitely like it. I can't help but think that this is something close to what David Raposa would do if he would make a fan art of Attack on Titans. So yeah, let's maybe add some sparkles. I see this is a common theme. Not sure if I'll pull it off very well. Looking quite legit, I think. Maybe a little bit of glow as well. So yeah, there we go. Awesome. Kinda love the way his teeth turned out to be a bit blue. They have a bit of a metallic quality to them, but not necessarily, like it just looks a bit non-human. So yeah, a lot of work. Like the main thing that pulled this off is the lighting, obviously. I love this area where I made this black Terminator part. That's where one light ends, and then we have the dark area, and then another light meets it from the other side, and we have this black line in between. This always works really well for the dramatic effect, and actually is physically correct to do so. When the lights are on the opposite sides, in the middle between them there will be a dark area. So yeah, that worked really cool. Tell me guys what you think. Hope I haven't missed anything. Really wanted to make it closer to what the actual character from the anime looks like. It was pretty close originally as well, but a bit like if I would look at it, I would probably recognize it more as some kind of zombie, because a lot of the features are very crooked and asymmetrical, and the skin is all darkened because the values aren't very correct, like the shadows in certain areas are too dark where they shouldn't be, so the skin generally looks like it gets dark in a lot of areas, so it looks like a rotten flesh. And in this case I fixed it, like I used softer, warmer shadows where there's a lot of light area surrounding them. And when we go darker, of course, nothing else is supporting the skin light-wise, so it just gets dark. But in the area where there's a lot of light bouncing back and forth, we definitely benefit from adding some warm colors into the shadows. So yeah, this is it. Again, tell me guys what you think. If you want to submit your own artwork for the overpaint, the link is in the end of this video. Do it on my Patreon page. And I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Some cool quote from the anime would fit well here, but I haven't seen it. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! And the red background really fits well, goes well with the eyes.